Hey friends, welcome back to my channel and happy Wednesday to everyone. The inspiration for our project today comes directly from the comment section from last week's video. Friend Jill suggested that our pocket folio made with our Dollar Tree bags would make an excellent neighbor gift. And so this is just something that did not occur to me simply because I don't have neighbors. Well, I do, but I have a farm field in the front and the back of our house. And then each of our side neighbors has acreage and we have acreage, so there's many acreages. And so I don't really have like a next door neighbor. And so I thought this was a great idea from a friend Jill, and I appreciate the suggestion. So this is going to be a neighbor gift. It would be a great teacher gift as well, or maybe something for your post office carrier. And you can create the fun folio base and fill it with some treats that they might enjoy. Or also, a gift card would be a great way to present a gift card as well. So if you would like to make one like this, then stick with me and we'll make it together. We're working with the I Love Christmas collection today. This is an Echo Park collection, and this is a really good project. If you're finishing off a collection, you don't have enough for a mini album, but you have more than enough for a card. This is a great way to get through a quantity of that. So here is those bags again from last week. Dollar Tree Party Favor size. We're gonna fold that up right where the pocket is on the bottom, the gusseted area. And then I'll bring this to my guillotine cutter and I'm going to measure this at 5 3/4. So I'll just go ahead and chop the top of that bag off. And now we have a nice crisp, clean fold, and this will become our pocket. This is future Ginny jumping in to let you know that I did realize once I was filling these pockets that I should have left more room in the spine. And so I did reconstruct this on a different base. What you're seeing now has a wider spine than what will be throughout the video, but because I'm doing a voiceover, I can give you the exact measurements, and then I can also put the exact measurements on the screen. So those will be correct even if the rest of the video shows a much narrower spine. Just know that what you're hearing and seeing on the screen will be correct. So now I have my cardstock. It's 110 pound, and I have it cut to be 5 3/4 high by 10 wide, and I'm going to use 2 bags again for this project. It does have some double-sided tape on it, and I'm using an additional layer of my Tombow because we're going to fill those pockets pretty full. I do want them to be well secured. So I'm just going to line that up with the corner and the bottom and the edge, and then I'll repeat that process for this side. Due to the imperfect nature of folded things, you will have to bring this to the scoreboard as you have the pieces glued to the top, just to make sure that you have your score lines spaced correctly. And remember to follow those measurements because I will have them correct. And so this spine does look too thin, but the one we finish off will not be. And I'm just going to cut the remainder of that bag off to make sure that I have a nice crisp clean edge on the top, and this will be our cover. And so you would go ahead and fold at those score lines. So now we're going to work on the inside and want to finish the pockets in the back so that we'll have enough room to go ahead and fold up that flap. So this pattern paper is going to be 5 5/8 inch high by 4 1/2 inches wide, and then you'll want to seal up your pockets with a good wet adhesive. Tombow is my favorite. Just want to make sure they're very secure. And because that's wet adhesive, you do want to give it a minute for that to set up. So when you have those ready, you can add a pattern to the front of the pocket. So a layering pattern from the collection. This one is going to be 2 1/2 inches high by 4 1/2 inches wide. And this is just going to give the front of the pocket a nice finished look. You'll repeat that for both sides of your pocket, and now your inside is done. It's just that easy. So I do want to cover the outside as well, and I'm deciding to add a layer of a solid cardstock. For the outside, layer. The cardstock is 5 5/8 inch high by 4 1/2 inches wide, and the pattern paper is 5 1/2 inches high by 4 3/8 inch wide. I just added a little bit of my score tape there to kind of tack on my beautiful trim from Really Reasonable ribbon, and then this front cover will sandwich that trim in between that and the base and keep it very secure. So next I'm going to bring in a doily. This helps to neutralize a little bit of that busy background, and I'm just going to center that a little bit higher than middle and top it with a die cut of one of the images from the collection. And then of course my flower arrangement has a little birdie craft flower, loopy twine bow, some netting, die cut foliage, and more of that beautiful ribbon as a bow to fill in that arrangement and kind of help to anchor the corners. So this is a heavy arrangement. You want to add that with hot glue. So the next thing I'm going to bring in is a set of snowflake charms, and I'll add them as I do with a little hot glue and just kind of work those strings into it. I'll remove the excess string there and cover up those cut ends with a button. So this is just a vintage button with a little string tied through, and I'll just top that over the cut ends of the string. So the last thing I do want to add for this cover is a couple of sequins, and I think this is an option for you to add some different details. If you like a tinsel trim or if you like jingle bells, that would be a fun addition to this as well, because you're kind of presenting something as a gift, but it would be more of a card also. So lots of potential variations to come up with something unique. So I'm going to fill the pockets now, and I'll also include some cut apart images. So here's my box of wrapped cookies, and fudge rounds was the only thing available locally. I would have preferred an oatmeal cookie. That is the far superior wrapped treat, and I will fight anyone over that. And so I'm just gonna stick that cookie down in the pocket, and this is kind of where I'm realizing that I needed to create a bigger spine. So I did that off camera, and now I have my neighbor gift all set. Now, since I don't have a neighbor of my own, I thought it would be fun to have this as a giveaway. So if you would like to be my neighbor, then hit me up in the comments with a hashtag Howdy Neighbor, and also let me know what is your favorite layout from this week's Making Memories Monday. I'll drop a link for that video in the top of the description. So I will have a drawing next week on Wednesday, and we'll pick a winner so that I can send this neighbor gift to you, and you will be my honorary unofficial neighbor. And so I did want to also mention that I can send this with the cookie, but I cannot send it with the cocoa because it turns out it's very expired, something that the Army son picked up and just left in the pantry. So I will provide the cookie and you will provide the cocoa, and this will be a great neighbor gift for you. Don't forget to check in the description for links for all of our socials, and make sure to like and subscribe. As always, I'm wishing you a happy and productive day, and I thank you so much for watching. Bye.